Today, we're diving into a massive shift that's basically rewriting the rules of the internet. We're talking about how SEO, search engine optimization, is colliding with generative AI. For years, right, we've all had this reliable map for getting found online, but, well, that map is getting really outdated really fast.
So that brings us to the big question. Is that old map to online success being completely redrawn as we speak? The short answer? Absolutely yes. And today, we're going to give you the new key, the new legend, to help you navigate it.
But hey, before we can even start to make sense of this new world, we've got to be super clear on the old one. So let's take a quick look back at the map we've all been using for, the last decade or so?
This was it, the classic journey. It was a pretty straightforward step-by-step process. You'd figure out what people were searching for, you'd create content that matched it, you'd tweak your page a little so the search engines could understand it, and then you'd build up your authority with links from other sites. It was simple, it was predictable, and for a very long time, it worked like a charm. This was the playbook.
And then, the ground started to shake. Generative AI didn't just show up as a little tremor. No, it was a full-blown earthquake. And it's literally changing the very foundation of how we find information online. Right at the epicenter of this earthquake is something called the generative search experience. So what on earth is that? Well, to put it simply, instead of just giving you a list of websites to check out, the search engine now uses AI to read a bunch of different sources, pull all that information together, and create a brand new, summarized answer for you right there on the results page.
And the change is, it's pretty shocking when you see it side by side. On one hand, you've got the familiar list of 10 blue links, basically a page full of possibilities. And on the other, you have the new reality, a single, direct, AI-crafted answer. The search engine isn't just a librarian pointing you to the right aisle anymore. It's now reading the books for you and just handing you the summary.
So yeah, this shift creates a completely new landscape. Let's start exploring what this redrawn map of online discovery actually looks like and, what it really means for all of us.
And this isn't some distant, far-off future we're talking about. Some projections are showing that as much as 64% of search interactions could be handled by AI. And soon. Just let that sink in. That is a staggering number. Think about what that means for businesses, for creators, for anyone who relies on search traffic to be discovered.
So why is this catching on so fast? Well, from our perspective as users, it's just incredibly efficient. You get these conversational, almost human-like answers. A lot of the time, you don't even need to click on a website anymore. It's a zero-click search. Plus, the results are way more personalized, and the AI does all the heavy lifting of piecing together the best bits of info from different pages into one tidy package.
And this really gets to the heart of it. It highlights this fundamental change in what we expect. We've gone from wanting options to wanting the answer. The whole game is shifted from just providing a good signpost to actually becoming the destination itself.
Okay, so the map is redrawn. The landscape is totally different. The big question now is, how in the world do we navigate it? Let's get into your new Modern Explorer's Guide.
This is so important. The entire goal has changed. It is no longer good enough to just rank number one. The new mission, the new objective, is for your content to be so good, so clear, so authoritative that the AI chooses it as the source material for its answer. You have to be the answer.
And look, this requires a whole new strategy. So instead of just chasing broad keywords, you now need to be answering very specific questions. Instead of writing general blog posts, the focus is now on building deep, undeniable authority on one specific topic. And you can forget about the sheer number of links. Now it's all about the quality and the relevance of who is mentioning you. And maybe most importantly, we have to stop writing for bots and start creating for a rich, genuinely helpful human experience.
So here's your action plan. First, you've got to double down on what Google calls EEAT. That's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. It just means proving you actually know what you're talking about. For example, experience means if you're reviewing a new camera, you better have some original photos you took with it in your article. Second, structure your content so an AI can easily read it. Think clear headings, FAQ sections, bullet points. Third, start embracing those long, conversational questions people are actually typing or saying into their phones. And finally, build a brand that's so strong, people just skip the middleman and search for you by name.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's look just a little bit further, beyond the immediate horizon. What's waiting for us at the very edge of this new map?
When you boil it all down, this is the big takeaway. For decades, search has been a digital directory, right?
like a giant card catalog for the internet. But now it's becoming a dialogue, an interactive, evolving conversation between you and an incredibly smart machine.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As we head into a world where an AI can give us almost any answer, what becomes the truly valuable human skill? Maybe, just maybe, it's the ability to ask a really, really great question.